Okay, we have seen now simple preposition. We are going ahead with compound preposition. Compound prepositions are those prepositions with two syllables. Okay, two syllables. Now we saw for, at, when, in, on, all that, not when, in, on, all that, all those are simple prepositions because they have a single syllable. But compound prepositions have two syllables. For example, across, above, allow. Okay, so below, between. So two syllables. Shall we see now the compound syllables and see also the sentences for it, examples? Okay. So you just remember compound prepositions are those with two syllables. Compound prepositions. I'll just write within brackets with two syllables. Okay, I'll just give you examples now. About, across, among, around, before, behind, below, beside, between, beyond, within, without, inside, outside, underneath. Along. Okay, shall we see the examples worked out in sentences now? How many do we have? About, above, across, among, around, before, behind, below, beside, between, beyond, within, without, inside, outside, underneath, and along. If you see, all these words have two syllables. About, above, across, among, around, before. You should not say before, behind. You can't say. You have to use two syllables. Behind, below, beside. Okay. Now shall we see the sentences? About. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now I'll just cut it to 15 sentences and I'm going to give you 15 now. About. When Sashi reached home, it was about 3 p.m. The story was about a queen. See, when Sashi reached home, it was about 3 p.m. The story was about a queen. Next one, above. The monkey was reaching out to its or to the fruit above. You can even say above its head or anything. Okay, the monkey was reaching out to the fruit above. Okay, she was above suspicion. She was above suspicion. That means she was above suspicion means she cannot be suspected. Okay. Next one. What is the next one? Across. The little girl ran across the road. The little girl ran across the road. He went across the table went across the corridor to the room. Across. Among. We distributed or we divided the sweets among the students, among the children. Now, this among, we talk when we distribute something among a crowd of more than 2. If there are only 2, we divided the sweets between, we say. But if there are more than 2, we use the preposition among. We discussed the matter among the people present there. If there are only two, we say we discuss the matter between him and her, or there's two people or two groups. So when there are only two, we say between, more than two, among. We divided the sweets among the children. She lives among orphans. She lives among orphans. Okay, next one. Around. Around. He turned around and saw her. He turned around and saw her. Around, that is to go one circle. He works around the clock. He works around the clock. So, that is around the clock means when the clock goes from one angle to the other, he works throughout. He works for a long time. That's what it means. Next, he turned around and saw her. Okay, so we finished that. Next, we'll see before. You have to reach before it's too late. You have to reach before it is too late. You have to before, that is prior to a particular time. She always reaches on time. Oh no, reaches I've already given. She always comes to class before 9. She always comes to class before 9 a.m., before a particular time. Next one, behind. They left behind their property when they came to India. When they came here. Okay. They left behind their property when they came here. Next one. Look behind. Behind means back. They left behind their property means they left back. Okay? Below. We should never stoop below. That is, we should never stoop below means we should never bend for people to take advantage of us. Okay, we should never stoop below. the temperature was below 10 degrees. We should never stoop below, or the temperature was below 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, now I have given you 8 sentences. We are yet to see all these, beside, between, all that we will see in the next half. Now let's have a quick run through of all the examples that I have given and the sentences to explain them. So we have seen here compound prepositions are with 2 syllables, and about, above, across, among, around, before, behind, below. Now all these I have given you sentences. Shall we see them now? When Sashi reached home, it was about 3 p.m. The story was about a queen, about a thief, about a pirate, anything. Okay? Next one. The monkey was reaching out to the fruit above. She was above suspicion. She was above suspicion. Okay. Now what does that mean? Nobody can suspect her. She was above suspicion. We divided, the little girl ran across the road. Across. He went across the corridor to the room. We divided the sweets among the children. I told you, among the children means dividing something to more than 2 people. Okay, among the children. She lives among the orphans. She lives among orphans. He turned around and saw her, to go round. Okay, he works around the clock. He works around the clock means that is from morning 9 to night 9 o'clock or so. You have to reach before it is too late. Before a stipulated time. She always comes to class before 9 a.m. They left behind their property when they came here. And look behind. Behind means to leave back. We should never stoop below our dignity. We should never stoop down below in our dignity. That's what it means. The temperature was below 10 degrees. Okay. Now we have seen some 8 compound prepositions. We'll see the rest now. We have seen 8 examples here. We have done it across with sentences. Now we are going to see the remaining. Now we have to see from beside, between, beyond, within, without, inside, outside, underneath and along. Okay, shall we? Now we'll take beside. This will be the 9th sentence. She sat beside her friend. What do you mean by beside? Beside means by the side of. Okay, beside. Please do not confuse between beside and besides. Besides is not a preposition at all. Besides means apart from so and so. Besides being friendly, she is also very kind. That is more than this, that also. Okay, but beside has a different meaning. It is a preposition. Besides is not a preposition. She sat beside her friend. He was beside a scholar, or he was beside a scientist in the plane. Actually, I have been giving you two examples per preposition. Next one, between. I have already told you among and between. Among is dividing something among more than two people. Between we always use for two people. He did not know to choose between his mother and wife. The cakes were divided between him and her. The cakes were divided between him and her. He did not know to choose between his mother and wife. So, we see between two people or two things. The next one is beyond. She went beyond her imagination. Okay, next one. Beyond. Don't go beyond this line. Don't go beyond this line. Okay, that is further. Going further. Within and without. If you have peace within, you can live without money, without a lot of money. If you have peace within, you can even live without money. It is people who have money, if they want more and more money, if they are greedy, then they don't have that satisfaction, that contentment and peace within. So they do not, they want more and more money. Okay? So if you have peace within, you can even live without money. So we have seen within, without. Now next, inside and outside. Inside and outside. Okay. Don't go inside that house. All are waiting. All are waiting outside for you. Inside and outside. Outside, inside, 2 syllables. That's why we call it the compound preposition. Okay, don't go inside that house. All are waiting outside for you. Okay, next we have to see underneath. Underneath is nothing but under. Okay, so we'll just see underneath the mango tree. The monkey always sleeps. Underneath the mango tree, the monkey always sleeps. I'll just give you the 15th sentence here. Along. They went along with their parents. I think I've covered almost all the simple prepositions and compound prepositions now. We have done now beside, between, beyond, within, without, inside, outside, underneath, and along. Now we have finished with everything. Now shall we have a quick recap of all the sentences? Okay. She sat beside her friend. Beside means by the side of. He was beside a scientist in the plane or in the park, anywhere. Beside means sitting next to him. Okay, he was beside a scientist in the plane. Next one. I already told you, don't confuse between beside and besides. Besides is not a preposition at all. Please remember, many people make this mistake. Besides means apart from this, this also. That's what it means. Okay, next one. He did not know. I'm sorry. He didn't know to choose between his mother and wife. For him, both were important, mother and wife. So, between them, who is his first priority, he did not know. So, between always comes when it's done with 2 people. Okay? More than 2 people, it is among. If I say he didn't know to choose among his 3 children or 4 children, but 2 people, it's only between. The cakes were divided between him and her. If I say the cakes were divided among the children, it is among, but between him and her, it is only between. She went beyond her imagination. Kalpana Chawla, the great astronaut, the one who went up to the space, the first Indian who went into the space, Kalpana Chawla, she went beyond her imagination. She actually imagined something, but she went above that. Don't go beyond this line. Don't go beyond this limitation or line. If you have peace within, that is our inner self, if we are contented with what we have, if we are happy with what we have, then we have the inner peace. If we have peace within, this peace within is called the inner peace. You can even live without money. That is why the sadhus of those days I'm telling, these days we can't say, because everybody is after money. The sadhus, they used to meditate and they used to have that inner peace, and they even lived without money, isn't it? So if you have peace within, you can even live without money. Don't go inside that house. All are waiting outside for you now, or for you. Inside and outside. Underneath the mango tree, the monkey always sleeps. Monkeys are very fond of mangoes, and so this monkey seems to be sleeping underneath. Underneath is below, okay, or under, okay. Underneath the table went the mouse, okay, or under the table went the mouse. Okay, underneath means under. Under is again under, underneath. Okay, these are compound prepositions. Next one. They went along with their parents, or the children went along with their parents. Along. So we have seen altogether 15 compound prepositions. I am sure you are thorough with it now. After we finish our phrase prepositions, I shall give you a test to check whether you have comprehended or whether you have understood everything. Okay?